Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Second down, Rosen. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd and 1, Rosen into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Janikowski good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Back to the air, Rosen after the pick 6. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down carry here for Johnson. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Tempo. 19.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson to Baldwin. Downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Hey, tempo.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10.
Gun!
After the interception, here's Rosen. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His 1st career sack.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Nazaire Jones there on the tackle. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now it's Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Leopard! Leopard!
Rosen to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
All right, now look at 56.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Detroit! Detroit! Gun!
On first down, it's Rosen. Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Ready?
On 3rd down, Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Looks like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On second down, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side, and they'll get him down here at the 23. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
14.
Now Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And some room to maneuver. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Let's get it. Let it go. Go.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Completes it to Dixon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They go play action with Wilson. Rolling to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Penny, the 1st down carry. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
95.
They'll run it again with Penny. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to, and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Gone! Here we go. Green, 3.
On second down, here's Rosen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. The Cardinals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Third and long here for Rosen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Play action. It's Wilson. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
95.
They go play action now. Wilson. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it. They got his man. Complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, Wilson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety valve.
It looked like 2 well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Tempo. 14, front it.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now it's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Steps away. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Nick Vannett. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They go play action. It's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Corey Peters with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 77 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked really well for a nice piece of yardage.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Spread left, spread left. Got that. 280. Got it. 19.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Deone Bucannon. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. Evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Play action. Now Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Off the play fake. Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 2nd down, Rosen gets it to Bryce Butler, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And able to find Kirk complete. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
On play action, Rosen. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jarran Reed with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, look at
Play action here with Rosen. Fitzgerald's got it right side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On third down, Rosen. And that is incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, so much for all the time that you spend in practice, because for offensive linemen and running backs to get in sync, that requires a ton of practice time, a ton of watching tape together, a ton of really getting to where you're thinking with one mind on every single play that's called, every single run, because you want to know how you guys are going to block it. They want to know how he's going to run it, what kind of cuts he's going to make, and it's really anticipatory. And when you're really locked in together, you know what he's going to do before he actually does it. On this play, that didn't happen at all, and that turned into a big loss.
The Seahawks on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 17.
14.
Off play action. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Rosen. Being chased out left. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and 11.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They're going on fourth down. Rosen. And no, it's incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied fourth quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of the time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game fourth quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And a little floater there is incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to fourth down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the Wild Bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
On second down, here's Rosen. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Detroit!
1, Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Gun, gun. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Leopard! Leopard! Gun! 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 Gun!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19! 3-19! Move! Leopard! Leopard! Hot!
Throwing now is Rosen. It's caught. Nelson. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Set! 3-9!
Here's Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They come out here in the I.
56. Lucky 56.
He'll get it up the middle, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Derek Coleman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute it.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 29 yards that time. They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They give him a gain of 37. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
3-19.
Rosen to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now it's Rosen. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Caught, right side, Gresham. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Leopard!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10, sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Leopard!
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And Justin Coleman brings him down. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say, get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So this thing is all going to come down to the right foot of Phil Dawson. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot, and the Cardinals win it. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up there.